Hi everyone. I'm going to try to start all of my videos this way. I want to say that with any of the messages that I have here, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. There are certain things that I might say on here that you don't agree with or that don't land for you, but for other people, they'll be like nuggets that they need to hear. So yeah, if they don't resonate for you, then maybe this isn't the information that you're supposed to be hearing right now. Hey everyone. Once again, out in the forest getting my inspiration for the day. I want to talk about vibration, frequency, and intentional manifestation. So, thinking about vibration. Okay, we're talking about energy. Everything is energy, and everything has its own individual vibrational rate. So, if you want to think about vibration as like an oscillation, I often talk about things from my science perspective, my science background, because it helps me to understand things better, and then my messages can come across clearer. So, vibration is the oscillation rate of that particular energy. So that could be a physical material, that could be an emotion. Sorry, I've got my dog here, so he's dragging me everywhere. It could be anything. Everything is energy. Everything has its own vibration. So if you think about, let's talk about emotional vibrations. If you think about the emotion of fear, this is one of the lowest vibration states that we can experience. And it is a very low and slow, I'm going to pull back here, low and slow oscillation rate to that emotion. And so then it takes up space, right? It's dense and it's heavy. And that's how fear feels when it's in you, right? When it's seated in you, it is that like dense, yuck, thick feeling that's hard to shake. Then, if we talk about happiness, joy, right? Joy has this really tight oscillation, super fast and fine, right? Which makes it lighter. It makes it easier for us to experience. It moves through us a lot quicker, right? Like that's why those light, high emotions, they just move through us and they're beautiful to experience. They don't get stuck in us the same way some of those lower vibrational states do. So then if we move from vibration into frequency, so frequency is like the whole orchestra of vibrations have come together to create a frequency. So you have your own frequency, and that's made up of millions, billions, possibly even trillions of vibrations coming together into your personal frequency. Each person's frequency is different. Each being's frequency is different. My dog Yuki, he's got a different frequency than me, than these plants that are surrounding me. Each of them has their own frequencies as well. And that is what leads me as like an aromatherapist in blending essential oils together that have different frequencies into synergies that work together and have a different overall frequency than those initial ones that you put together, right? And so that synergy works differently than it does as individual things. Okay, so how do vibrations, and frequency tie into intentional manifestation? So the other day I posted a video about self-responsibility and choice. And we have that in every single moment of every single day for ourselves. We have the ability to be authentic creators at every choice point, every moment. And what we want to start doing with those choice points is being very intentional about them. So if you're experiencing a lot of low vibrational states, emotions, and experiences, then take time to slow down and become the observer of those situations, people, emotions that are coming through you that you don't like. Take time to see how they feel and see how they sit in you, and ask yourself the ultimate question of, do I want this in my current experience? Do I want to keep creating this experience for myself over and over again? Because that's why we do what we do in allowing something to continue. And then we get years down the line of hitting that same choice point over and over again, and always going the direction that's known and easy. And so we're like reinforcing this pattern of choosing something that isn't necessarily for our highest good or greatest benefit. So if we can get to the point where we detach from each of those experiences or people or emotions, and detach yourself emotionally from them and look at it as a real decision point. So now if we move into the idea of intentional manifestation, what we're doing is we are aligning ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions with an intended outcome that we are moving towards and pulling into our reality. So what you focus on, you draw into yourself. If you're focused on lack, if you're always thinking about money, worrying about money, thinking about the things that are missing from your life, because lack and abundance have way more to do with than with money. They really are applicable to everything in our lives. But if you're constantly focusing on those lack mentality, emotions, and thoughts, then you will continue to draw those into you, because you are placing your focus, you're placing your intention on that thing. And so in doing so, you are drawing that into your reality, because you're aligning your frequency with those thoughts. So when you want to move into intentional manifestation, you are realigning everything, your focus and your intentionality, to a new thing that you want to manifest. And the other thing that needs to happen with intentional manifestation is you need to align yourself with how you feel about what you're trying to manifest. So I'm going to give you an example. So in 2017, 2018, my family and I went on a year-long camping trip around North America. And we spent the month of April on Vancouver Island. And I loved it. Like, this place has a frequency that really resonates with my soul. Paused for a barky dog to go by. So this place has a frequency that really resonates with my soul. And after we left here and then went back into Ontario, we started our lives up again, and the different versions of our lives back up again. And I couldn't get rid of this place from my psyche and from my soul. And it was, people would always ask about our favorite places, and I would say, oh, Vancouver Island, I feel like I left half my soul there, or half my heart there. And in essence, I had, because I had felt the energetic signature, the frequency of the place, and it had stamped a mark on me. It was like, this is a match. This is a correct match. And so from that point onwards, from 2018, I would vision and envision this place. And I would start to get into very minute details. So at first it started as, I want to live on Vancouver Island. And I would hold that with me. And then I realized that really wasn't getting into enough detail. And I started probably in 2021, I started really wanting to manifest this. The frequency of the place that I was living in, as much as we were surrounded by people that we loved and connected with on a really deep level, the place was really out of vibration for me. It wasn't where I wanted to be anymore. And it was impacting my whole self. You can see the face that I make. It was just making me feel icky, the place. And so my manifesting started taking on a real intentionality and a very detailed focus. So I would start envisioning a kitchen counter with a window right in front of the sink, where I would be looking out into an expansive green space and big conifer trees in the background, and starting to think about like little tiny details when I was in it, right? Like, would I be drinking a hot cup of tea? What would the weather be like? Would it be kind of misty like this? But then most importantly, how does that feel to me? Yuki's really distracting me and tying me up right now in like leash knots. So how does that feel? How does the thing that you're manifesting make you feel? Does it make you feel peaceful? Does it make you feel calm? Does it make you feel happy? Does it bring you joy? Like, can you feel those things inside of you when you are trying to pull in this alternate reality, this new reality for yourself? So I got very good at thinking of all of those details, feeling all of those things, and letting myself sit with those feelings. And then we got to a point where the manifestation process started happening like at a faster pace. So I was intentionally thinking about this future reality for us daily. And the more often that you think about and feel about what you want to manifest, then the faster you're going to draw it into your reality. So I, was thinking about it daily, sometimes more than once a day. And 2022 hit, and all of a sudden I was like, all right, choice point. And I had a conversation with my husband, and I said, I don't want to live here anymore. And that took him some time to get used to. But all in all, we ended up selling our house and going back on another year-long camping road trip adventure with the intention of finding the new place that we wanted to try living for a while. And I think both of us knew it was going to be Vancouver Island. And now we're here, and we are living in Comox on Vancouver Island with our goofball of a dog, Yuki, who just wants to walk, and I'm standing here blabbering away in the forest. And I have a kitchen counter where I look out the window and I see conifer trees, and I stand there with my cup of tea with that peaceful feeling in me, and know that I brought this into existence. And it's really crazy to think like we all can do this. And it doesn't have to be such a big example as I've just given you, but we are the ultimate creators. You create your reality every single second of your life. You can manifest anything that you want into your life. Some stuff, like I said, it'll take a while. What did it take me? 4 years, 4.5 years to get here. And it was really a year and a half of very intentional manifestation. But things are speeding up. Time is speeding up. Energy is moving faster. Time has this strange quality to it now. And so if you are wanting to intentionally manifest something, the time for you to get this process going for yourself is now. There's a lot of magic to be had.